Let's be real. The old saying, no pain, no gain is, well, it's incomplete. Today, we're talking about no plan, no gain. We're going to dive into the science of what actually makes us better, stronger, and faster. It's all about understanding how our bodies and minds are built to adapt. So let's get into it. Does this sound familiar? You're showing up, you're grinding it out at the gym or on the track, but you've just stalled. That plateau feels like a brick wall, right? It's like you're running on a treadmill, putting in all the work, but not actually going anywhere. Super frustrating. Well, here's the good news. That wall isn't just some random thing. Your body is this incredible adaptation machine, but it has a very specific instruction manual. It only responds and gets better when you follow the rules. And once you know those rules, that's when you unlock the cheat codes to continuous progress. Okay, so let's break down the absolute fundamentals. These are the non-negotiables, the laws of how we improve. Everything, and I mean everything, we do in training is built on top of this foundation. Get this part right, and you're already halfway there. Think of these three as a team that work together. First up, you've got specificity. That's all about training for your exact goal. It tells you what to do. Then there's overload, which is about pushing past your comfort zone. That's how hard you go. And finally, progression ties it all together by showing you how to build up over time safely. So, specificity. It's a really simple idea, but it's so powerful. You get what you train for, period. Your body makes incredibly specific changes based on exactly what you ask it to do. The muscles you use, the energy you burn, the movements you repeat. And these examples just nail it, don't they? If you're a tennis player, a huge bench press is fine, but it won't give you a killer serve. You need those explosive rotational moves that actually look like a serve. And hey, if you want to run a faster 10K, the best way to do it is, you guessed it, to run. Your training has to mirror what you want to achieve on game day. Next up, overload. You see, your body is really smart and efficient. It's not going to waste energy changing if it doesn't have to. You have to give it a reason to adapt by pushing it just beyond what it's used to. A super easy way to think about this is the fit principle. You can tweak the frequency, the intensity, the time, or the type of your workout. And what's cool here is that this applies to everyone. For the serious weightlifter, overload means adding 5 more kilos to the bar. For someone on the treadmill, it could be cranking up the incline a notch or just staying on for 10 more minutes. The goal is the same. Make it a little bit harder than last time. That's the signal for change. But here's the catch. You can't just throw more and more stress at your body randomly. That's a surefire way to get hurt or burn out. And that's where progression comes in. It's the art of applying overload. It's about doing it gradually, systematically, so your body can actually keep up and get stronger without breaking down. This little timeline is a perfect example of what it looks like in the real world. You don't decide to run a 5K and then go out and try to run 3 miles on your first day. No way! You build up. 1 mile this week, 1.2 the next, then 1.5. It's that slow, steady climb that lets your whole body adapt. All right, let's talk about the flip side, because all that progress you make, it's not permanent. This is where consistency becomes absolutely crucial. This quote really says it all. Use it or lose it. Your body is just as happy to adapt to sitting on the couch as it is to a tough workout. Think of it this way. Your fitness gains are rented, not owned. You have to keep making the payments. And if you needed some motivation to stay consistent, here it is. You can lose up to half, 50% of your fitness improvements after just 2 months of doing nothing. That's wild, right? All that hard work can disappear surprisingly fast. So, we've covered the body, but we all know that the world's best athletes aren't just physically gifted. Peak performance requires a complete toolkit, and that means training the mind just as hard as the body. It's really helpful to split this into 2 parts. First, you have mental training, which is about cognitive stuff, your game plan, your focus. Then you have psychological training, which is all about your inner world, your emotions, your stress levels, your drive. Both are critical. Let's start with mental training. I love this analogy. It's like sharpening your mind's GPS. It helps you navigate the chaos of competition. And we have a great little mnemonic to remember the tools, GICD. That's goal setting to give you direction, imagery to rehearse success, concentration to tune out the noise, and sharp decision-making for when it counts. So let's think about that. Why is visualization so powerful? Well, it's because your brain doesn't always know the difference between a real event and a vividly imagined one. When you mentally rehearse, you're literally building and strengthening the neural pathways for success. It's practice, just for your brain. Okay, so if mental training is your GPS, then psychological training is your emotional engine. It's what fuels you. It's about keeping that engine running smoothly, not too hot and not too cold. And yep, we've got another handy way to remember this one. SMER. That's stress management, motivation, and emotional regulation. Well, think about it. If you can keep your cool when the pressure is on, if you can manage that anxiety before a big play, or shake off the anger from a mistake, you stay in control. You can access all your physical and mental skills. It's what separates the good from the truly great. It's a trainable skill. So we've got all these pieces on the table: the physical principles, the mental tools, the emotional engine. How in the world do you put it all together? Well, that brings us to our final and maybe most important principle. It's called periodization, and it's basically the master plan. It's the architect's blueprint for your entire season. It takes all those principles we talked about, overload, specificity, recovery, mental skills, and organizes them into a smart, long-term schedule designed to have you peaking at exactly the right moment. And this blueprint has layers. You start with the big picture, the macro cycle. That's your whole year. Then you zoom into the mesocycles, which are training blocks that last a few weeks, each with a specific focus, like building strength. And finally, you zoom all the way into the microcycle. That's your detailed plan for a single week. But even the best blueprint needs adjustments. You have to learn to listen to your body. And this right here is your cheat sheet. Are you excited to train? Seeing your numbers go up? Feeling good? Awesome, you're on track. But if you're constantly sick, sore, and grumpy, those are huge red flags. That's your body screaming for a break. So there you have it, the science, the strategies, the whole blueprint for training smart and achieving peak performance. We've covered the rules of the game for your body and your mind. The blueprint is in your hands now. The only question left is, what are you going to build?